I'm Drew Menard from Group Technologies. We're here with the new DiGiCo S21, the latest in the fleet of consoles from DiGiCo. This is an all-new format at an all-new price. It's 21 faders, 40 stereo channels, 16 stereo buses, and much more I/O on the back. There's 24 analog in on the back and 12 analog out, additional AES, and then you can use any of the new DMI cards as well. These buttons down here are basically how you go through all the banks. So the bottom one is lit up, showing that we have banks that we can access below. So if we punch down, you can see us scrolling through. Now that both are lit up, so you can go both ways. And when you get back up to the top, that's showing there's only banks below. These two buttons over here are shortcuts to get to your overview and come back, and then to get to your set spill and come back. These are your snapshot buttons, forward and next, when you set up snapshots. And then you have your master control here. Here's your headphone control. There's two headphone jacks down here, which are 6.5 and 3.5 mil. What's the metric? 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch for the rest of the world. So headphone control there. As far as routing, when you look at that, that gives you a graphical representation of what's on the back. We'll just do a quick run through with the new features of the S21 and how they compare to the SD series. So looking at input channels. Input channels are blue just like the SD series. Like the SD series, you've got your gain control at the top, then your dynamic section, and then auxiliaries. So you can see how things are displayed are a little bit different. They're actually much cleaner now. So rather than looking at rotary controls for auxiliaries, there's lines, you can see keys, and you have a graphic representation of the EQ. So if I want to select that channel, that's going to open up our routing because I touch the top. That's gain control. I can route into any inserts there if I want to do that, or actually access EQ. That's just a shortcut as well. So EQ's control over here, you can actually see the color of the encoders is going to change depending on what you're doing. If I want to select that band, colors change over here. Now I can also do that all, and because it's multi-touch, if you're very deliberate, you can change the Q as well. The rotary encoders are also your buttons, so you can toggle between low shelf, high shelf, and bell. And you also have high pass and low pass filters as well. So you can change frequencies there, whatever you want to do. Now below EQ, we go back to the normal channel. I want to adjust the compressor. Actually, I'm going to go to a channel over here. So adjust the compressor. So now I have compressor control here. So you can change things with rotaries here if you want to do it that way. Or once again, finger control. Now under your compressor you have a mode, so you can switch. You get 4 multi-band compressors, so you can select there. That's now a multi-band compressor. Now below that we have Dynamics 2, which right now is set up to be a gate. We can change mode. So here's our gate control. Once again, all finger control. Or you can do that, and you're actually getting a graphical representation of that. As we were open before, mode, we can switch between a gate, or a keyed gate if you want, a ducker, or a compressor with sidechain. Then we'll close all of those. Now below that, we've got auxiliaries. So right now we're set up as 8 auxiliaries. All you do is just scroll through. You can see there's a pan and level control under stereo auxiliaries. If I just select it, it'll put aux and unfaders there. To toggle them on and off, you just press the button, and then we'll have level control there. So you can see level quite easily. Then to clear that out, you just hit this bottom. We'll go back to normal fader mode. As you can see here, we've got different colors. So groups, which our master is one of right now, is red. Scroll down, and you can also see control groups. Here's the rest of the groups. And then auxiliaries are purple like the SD series as well. One of the differences is that we don't have a real master screen anymore. There's some quick select things here. If I wanted to adjust my compression threshold on channels quickly, I can actually hit select dynamics. So I'm going to scroll over here. Select dynamics 1. You'll see color will change down here. And now the rotaries are changing compression thresholds here. Same thing with dynamic 2. And you can get to EQ. This is your high pass filter. Once you get it there. So because we don't have a real setup screen anymore, those are the quick. And then if you want to get to set up individual items, you can go hit the DiGiCo button. This gives you a couple things to set up, such as saving, looking at the graphics. So here, and effects rack, which is how we got there. So you get 8 effects engines. To assign one, you just select it. You can pick whichever one. So we'll go to a Cathedral. Then you can edit it. Once again, rotary control or button. And you actually get a graphical representation. Now showing in your filters over here on your effects, this actually acts as an RTA. And you can see what you're filtering out on your signal going in and out. Wet dry mix down here, exactly what you would expect it to be. So we have a button down here that can, rather than scrolling up and down, we can go to a channel overview, which is also in the quick select up there. So now we're looking at everything on the surface. You can see inputs, control groups, auxiliaries, all the stuff we were scrolling through before. So if we want to edit, you hit the edit feature, everything shrinks down, and now we can move things around if we want. So right now I've got the master next to input 29, which I don't want. I want to put input 30 back there, so I'm just going to drag it up. Then the master pops down there. I'll actually put the master on the other screen, back to where it first started. But basically, whenever you knock anything off, it pops up down here in your unassigned channels. Then you can also move banks. If you hit your organized banks, now I'll put 1 through 10 over there, 11 through 12. Happy with that. Put our reverb return back and put control 10. So we're almost back how we started. Then underneath that we have one spill set. So your spill set is basically how you can get to any channels you're going to use repeatedly very quickly. Right now we've got the master, 2 inputs, a verb. All you do literally is drag it down, it pops up as a green bar, and it adds it to that. Now that is actually recalled by hitting your set spill up here, and it appears from the right to left in your right hand bank, and you can see they're highlighted differently. But those are quickly, it doesn't change how your console's laid out, it's just a momentary, I need to get it quickly and then go back to where I was. Here's our UB port for built-in recording that you plug into PC or Mac. DVI out for overview screen. We've got 2 network ports for remote control, additional USB. You have GPIO, 1 in and 1 out. BNC for word clock, and then you have an AEC in and out. The UB port that's on the back of the console replaces the standalone UB that DiGiCo came out with a few years ago, which is basically a USB 3 to MADI converter, giving you 48 channels into Mac or PC. So that's now built onto the engine, and you don't need to use any external control. You just plug your laptop in and off you go. The other 2 ports that are new are the DMI ports. So these are control of existing DiGiCo racks, D racks, D2 racks, MADI racks, SD racks, all the mini racks, but also interface with Dante, additional analog in and out, additional AES in and out, and CalRec Hydra 2 networking. Now these cards are actually used in the orange box, which is coming out as well. The orange box is just a 64 channel converter. You pick whichever you want to go to, Dante to Opticore, AES into D-Rack, and it just converts either way. So you can mix and match. It has nothing to do with DiGiCo console, so you can use it with anything else you want to. The way control is going to be able to go, if you want to convert into Dante and back, rack control is still going to be transmitted. So you can actually, the things that will be controlled by SD racks now, say via USB control, will be tunneled through Dante. So you can plug a console in, convert to Dante, use an existing infrastructure, convert back to SD rack on the other side, and still control all your gain, phantom, polarity, all of that sort of stuff.